What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the best graphics settings video for Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Now, it has been 4 months, and with 46,000 views later, I'm going to be making another one because Season 2 is out. There's a lot of new stuff out, so I just thought I'd do an updated video on the graphics settings and all settings, to be fair. There's quite a lot of things I want to go through in this, just so you guys know what I do. If you're new here, please like and comment and subscribe to the channel. That'd be mean a lot. If you want to see some Call of Duty videos, I do Call of Duty videos on the channel. But we're going to get straight into this. So we're going to go to General, and we have obviously the game input, which we're on PC at the moment if you're watching this video. I've got keyboard and mouse. Obviously, the field of view is your preference. I have 98.69 because I'm just a real G like that. But I'm joking. But yeah, I've got mine on 98.69, which is my preference. You can put it on whatever you want. Brightness, I have that on 50%. The bounds is just 100% really. This is a main one. I don't think a lot of people know about this. It's skip introduction movie. So you know at the start, when you start up your game, every single time that movie, you can enable this and it gets rid of it. It just completely, you just start the game straight away. Tool tips, you can actually disable this or enable this, depends on how you want to play the game. I have this on because it just helps me remember the key to press when I'm going over something or whatever. Subtitles, I've got mine on disabled. Colorblind, if you're colorblind, then have this enabled. Text chat, have that enabled if you want to see obviously the chat and everything like that. This is all just basics really. There's loads of stuff in this. If you want to see your frames in the frame spec in the corner, enable it. I'm getting 60 frames in the thing, so we'll put that on so you guys can see. You can also put all these things on here as well. Now into the main part of the video is the graphics settings. So if you look in the top right hand corner, we've got this VRAM usage. This is our graphics card RAM. So this is our virtual random access memory. We're using only 4,421 out of 11,127. So we're using 4.4 gig out of 11.1 gig. Which I've got a 12 gig graphics card or 11 gig graphics card. I don't know. It's a 1080 Ti. If you guys, it says right there, look, 1080 Ti. But for display mode, I've got my windowless borderless, full screen borderless. For you guys, just so we can record this video. But normally I play in full screen, which then accesses the 240 hertz refresh rate. If you guys got a 144 hertz refresh rate or a 60 hertz refresh rate, it works with all of them. But you guys obviously can decide for yourself on that. If we go down to resolution, my resolution here is 1380 by 3840 by 2110, which is 4K. You guys can obviously click this and choose whatever. I've got mine in 4K. I don't know why. I don't have a 4K monitor. It just makes it look a bit better. But I've just set that to 100. Now, a few people do have issues with this, by the way, guys. So if you're having issues with this where it's in a random aspect ratio, go to display settings on your monitor. There is videos out there. I'll probably link one in the description, but go to display settings for your actual computer and make sure your display is on 1080p. Make sure everything's set, drivers have been updated. That'll help you out a lot. The aspect ratio is the same. I've got this in automatic, but you want the 16:9. That's most people's monitors. If you've got like a widescreen or an ultra wide monitor, then obviously you're going to go down to 21:9 or 32:9. But if you've got like a weird one like 16:10, then obviously you can choose that as well. VSync, another personal preference. I have mine disabled. I don't like VSync. Custom frame limit, I have mine unlimited. You can also go down here and choose what you want it to be. So if you want it custom, you can do 250 frames, which is in my game, 60 frames, which is running at the moment on the menu, and out of focus custom frame rate, which is like scenes or whatever. I've got that on 30 FPS, just makes the scenes look a lot better. You can change that to 60 if you're playing the campaign. I do recommend doing that, but I've just got mine unlimited, so it'll just run whatever. It's still running 60 in the screen in the menus though, but oh well. NVIDIA highlights, now if you've got a NVIDIA graphics card, then you can turn this on, so when you get like some good kills or whatever, it automatically records them and put them into a file. I don't do that because I record my own videos when I want to record them. This is just obviously if you've joined the game, when you have an update, there's shaders to install. That's just that. You can restart them. Display grammar, so you can have this on if you have it on sRGB, it's for a monitor, and BT1886 is for a TV. Oh, it says there, look. So it's for a monitor, a TV. I have mine obviously on the sRGB because I'm on a monitor. Now we're getting into the details and textures. I have all my textures set to max, depending on what your PC performance is. Say if you've got a 1060, then you'll be able to run this. Just be careful of what RAM you're using. If I'll show you how to get the RAM down in a second. But texture resolution high, texture filter astropica high, particle quality high, bullet impact spray have this enabled so you know where you're getting shot from, etc. And tessellation I have on all. It just looks really weird, like you can actually see in this photo here. Look how weird that looks. You want the 3D effect on your ground particles. Now this is where we really can play with the amount of VRAM we're using. So we can go down, and if you look in the top right, it goes down by quite a lot. It's only like 20 a time, but if you've got an ultra higher, it's 4600, and you go down, that's 200 cut straight away. So if you guys want to take this off, to be fair, I don't like shadows. I'm a person who hates shadows, but I do have mine on this game on high. It just makes the game look better, and also you can see like shadows if you're playing Rust, for example, and someone trying to run up the top, you can see their shadow on the floor, so you know that they're going to go up the top. Cast shadow spots, take this off if you don't have the best computer. It does take off 200 megabytes there, but I have mine on because I can. If you guys got the same PC, then feel free to keep it on. I'll leave my specs in the description down below, so check them out if you want to. Cache sun shadows, it's the same, it takes around about 100. Particle lighting, I have mine on normal. This is for like explosions, etc. So if you guys want it on ultra, you can have an ultra, but I have mine on normal, so make sure you have yours on normal. If you've got an RTX graphics card, then have this enabled. It just makes things look so much better. But be warned, guys, if your CPU and RAM and etc. can't handle, the game will just run extremely bad. I do recommend having this off. But if you do have a more powerful computer with an RTX graphics card, then obviously you can just turn this on, and it makes the game look so much better. Ambient occlusion, we have that on both, and screen space reflections, we have that on normal. Coming down to here, we have anti-aliasing on Filmic SMAAT2X. That's a lot to say, it just makes everything look a bit more shiny. Depth of field, I've actually just turned this off. Recently I've been using this a lot, but I've turned it off to see what it's like, and so far it's decent. I do recommend either having it on if you want to see the enemy, or having it off. It's obviously up to you guys. That's another personal preference. Film grain strength, I have that's on the full. Wild motion blur, completely disabled. If you're a competitive player or you're playing online, for instance, definitely have this completely off. And weapon motion blur, have that completely off as well. That's so weird and annoying when you're playing a game, your gun's blurry. It's just so annoying. And film grain, have that on 0.15%. I've turned mine really far down. It just makes the game look a bit more crisp, but it doesn't make it look too and going to audio, we're going to apply them settings just quickly. Audio, I have my boost on low. I don't know why, I just do. Master volume on 50%, music off, dialogue volume 100%, effects volume 50%, juggernaut off, hit marker sound, whatever. This is all personal preference down here. You guys do whatever you want to do. But that's my graphic settings videos, graphic settings for you guys. Sorry if I've been a bit all over the place. I've found out that when I talk in videos, not really good at expressing and keeping what I've put on paper on the video, just go off on a ramble. If you guys are this far in the video, please smash that like button and subscribe button. There's Call of Duty content on my channel if you want to see some awesome content. I'm going to add a few clips at the end of this video for you guys to see how my game plays and how good I am or how bad I am. If you want to see, I am running in 240 frames, of course, so you guys might be running a bit low, so it might look good to you or bad to you. I don't know. And also, I haven't gone through what each individual thing is, because I just want to save time, make you guys know what you're doing, put in what settings on what. So if you guys are just on the video, you can just listen to it and go through all the settings while I'm doing it, or just pause it wherever you want and view the settings. And if you guys have a computer, comment down below what computer specs you've got. I am interested. I do come on a reply to every comment, so that'd be awesome. And thank you for watching if you've got this far, and enjoy the last little bit of the video. This is Fuzzy, and yeah, peace out, guys. That is quite good, but
UHQ established. Got a personal radar ready for... Jaguar disabled the HQ. Reinforce. We pulled ahead.
I don't know how I got that.
Shot down. Friendly care package inbound. HQ shut down. Regroup. Okay, get ready to move. Got a personal radar drone ready for escort.
Oh!